I honestly believe that there is a vast conspiracy to undermine and silence any voice that doesn't full-bore agree with the Marvel narrative, that everything is fine and that the new way of doing comics is the best way. But this isn't a video about conspiracy theories. It's not about how I think a group of formerly unpowered people have purposely co-opted industries that were notorious for having a more introverted and social outcast fan base and empowered themselves within those power structures, rendering them as the structure itself. Instead, I want to talk to you about where we go from here. You don't have to be Nostradamus to realize that this is a war of attrition, and victory, in whatever form you think that entails, will not come easy. But that's part of the problem. Captain Cummings has justifiably stated that diversity in comics isn't our leader, quote unquote, and therefore, his form of victory might not necessarily be mine. From where I stand, there are two kinds of objectives, with two groups following them. The first group wants the SJWs who currently infest the comics industry to be removed from power and a return to the old standard. The second group, plain and simple, just wants good comics, even if it's just one book. I fully concede that the problems at Marvel are directly caused by their extreme leftist leadership and their inability to adapt to the fans, chasing a non-existent fan base that only exists in their imagination and is perpetuated by 6 people who make sock puppet accounts on Twitter and manufacture outrage. I also fully admit that the comics industry would be in a better spot but for the involvement of these SJWs. I will also posit that there is a place in the industry for SJW comics, as there is a place for right-wing comics, and as there is a place for centrist comics, and as there is a place for non-political comics. If the market supports it and is protected by the First Amendment, I vote that there is room in the industry for such markets to be tapped into. My bottom line is, fighting to get rid of SJWs in power is a losing battle. It won't happen, or at least soon, and it will cost more resources than it's worth. What we should be doing is specifically highlighting the good comics and the good creators. Market forces will work. If there's no market for 60 SJW Marvel comics, Marvel will collapse into itself, as we are seeing happen. Look at Sean Gordon Murphy's Batman White Knight. No one I knew was buying that book when it was first advertised, but through a mix of social media buzz from Murphy himself and other factors, it sold out, just announced today. 4 months ago, I would never have guessed that it would have sold out. That is what we should be focusing on, getting the word out about the great books. This doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about the bad books. In fact, I think we should continue lampooning the horrible books and highlighting what makes them so bad. Talk about Spider-Man and how boring Miles Morales is. Make videos about America and the cringe writing. Hell, I'm about to rip DC's Blue Beetle a new breathing hole because of how horribly written it is. Bad books are bad for a reason, and it's just as important that we point out why. I know tensions are high, especially after the last few Twitter skirmishes, but let's remember, most of these writers and milkshake editors don't want to work in comics. They want to do television and movies, and this is just a stepping stone for them. This is just a pit stop. They were hired by inept heads at Marvel, but I don't think it's our job to punish them. The free market will inevitably do it, even if it means Marvel figuratively burning down while they ignorantly yell at fans that it's our fault. But it'll be okay, because there will still be good comics out there. That's the beauty of capitalism. Where there's a demand, there will inevitably be a met supply. You can follow me at Trajan Channel on Twitter. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about what's going on with Marvel right now. Do you think they need to burn? Is there any saving Marvel? If so, what do you think other than firing everybody? Since reasonably that's probably not going to happen unless Papa Disney gets involved. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you later.